Hello guys and welcome to another video. My name is Mark, I'm an entrepreneur and property investor. In today's video you find me over in Dubai and I've got some friends that have come out to meet me out here, and one of the chaps that's out here with me, he's brought his son with him, he's 18 years old, and we've been having some very interesting conversations. So today I wanted to talk about, if I was 18 years old, what would I do differently? How would I change my life? And what impact do I think that would have had on my end result today as a 40-year-old man? Now, I know today is not my end. I believe it's the beginning of my journey. I still feel like I'm just getting started. There's lots of exciting things that I want to do. So there's lots and lots of things that I think I would change when I was younger. And some of the things I would change would be absolutely obvious, and some of them not so much, because I think a certain level of mistakes is important. It's character building. Now, firstly, I used to drink a lot of alcohol, and I used to try and get with a lot of girls, and it was a waste of time. I would have been much better off spending and focusing that time on building myself up, on becoming the best version of myself. So that's the first thing I would definitely change, okay? Rather than going out and trying to make the world attracted to me, if you like, I would have become as attractive as possible to the world. And I think as a young man, most young men want to get the admiration and affection of the opposite sex. I think we're driven that way. It's probably biological, certainly in my case it is. And I think the first thing that I would change is, instead of going out and trying to convince the world, I would let the world be convinced by who I became. And I think by changing that mindset, that would have had a massive impact on who I became in terms of physicality. I would have worked out much more, I'd have gone to the gym more, I would have studied my hormones more and made sure that I was as balanced as possible. So from that perspective, there's lots of things I would do differently if I could go back in time and execute that. I think that would have a huge impact, and that would compound over the whole of my life to today. Now, one of the things I wouldn't change is I tried lots of different jobs. I tried lots of different industries. I did some recruitment, I did some sales, I did some admin, I did some work in the government sector, I did some work in the private sector. I tried lots and lots of things. And I think by doing that, I got a really good bird's eye view of how everything works. And I had quite an inquisitive mind, so I always try and work out how things work. How does this company make money? How does this company do their sales? How does this company do their marketing? What's the execution of this product? Why does the council operate like this? Why aren't they thinking more commercially? Well, because they're to serve the people. You know, there's lots and lots of nuances that when you start to think about it and you have this sort of bird's eye view, you get a lot of experience very quickly. So I think my younger years, where I was trying lots of different things, trying to figure the world out, I think I'd definitely keep that. But my outcome, i.e. I did these jobs, I started to learn things, I think I'd have focused in quicker. So I'd have understood where my passion was, what I was good at, what I wanted to execute on, and I'd have started my business sooner. Because if I didn't wait till I was in my 30s, then I'd have had so much more time to compound that skills, those experiences, that network, everything that I built as a result of starting a business. I'd have just had much more time to compound it. And that would have led me on to being able to become an investor quicker. Now, that said, started investing sooner. I bought my first house at 29. I rented out my spare rooms by accident. You know, well, not by accident, on purpose. But it wasn't really like as an investment strategy. It just made sense to us. So I guess I kind of got into that nice and early. But I wish I had sought out more people and watched more content like this, where people were explaining to me what their life had been like, and I was listening and understanding how I might do it differently if I was younger. The other thing I thought when I was starting my business is you need to be unique, you need to do something different. Ultimately, you just need to do what's already been done better. And that could be better because you're better, or that you care more, which is why small companies, you know, quite often grow quite quickly early on, because the founder really cares. So maybe he goes out and pitches a few clients, and then by the end of it, he's working with 3 or 4 or 5 clients and giving an amazing service. It's also why lots of companies fail, because by the time he starts bringing on, or she starts bringing on external staff, those staff don't care as much. And it's a different proposition to managing people to delivering the product or service. So I think I would have narrowed down sooner onto a product or service. I'd have understood that I don't need to change the world. I think what we've learned over a period of time is the more you focus on something that you're good at and that you understand, the more likely you are to have success. I wish somebody had always said to me, risk and reward. I was always told, more risk, more reward. And that's just not the case. It's more risk, which is completely guaranteed, more potential reward. The reward is not guaranteed. So I wish somebody had told me that so that I could analyze opportunities much more effectively. The risk was always guaranteed, the reward is not guaranteed. So whilst there is this more risk, more reward, you're looking for asymmetry when it comes to the risk and reward, so that you know that the risk, i.e. the chance of failure, is less than being priced in, and the chance of success, or your ability to affect the outcome, means that the chance of success is much greater. And that way you're going to get much better investment opportunities and opportunities in life as a general. So those were my sort of thoughts, and it really boiled down to try lots of things, narrow in to what you're good at and what you enjoy. Instead of trying to make the world or convince the world to be attracted to you, become the most attractive version of yourself. Physically, because people are going to take a look. You know, financially, you need to be stable. You need to be able to know where you're sleeping at the end of the day, or certainly I do. You need to know that that's all being taken care of, and it's a level of responsibility that you hold. Certainly as a young man, I feel I'm responsible, and as a family man now, to make sure I provide for my family. So financially, physically, and mentally, all of these things you need to make sure that you are making yourself the best version of that as possible. Not trying to convince anybody else, just becoming the best yourself. And the rest of the world will wake up and see it. It always happens. You don't need to tell everybody that you have the most amazing body if you have the most amazing body. You just need to go for a swim. And whilst I'm doing this video for my younger audience, I think it's never too late to get started in this vein. I today am making sure that I'm getting into better shape. And if you look back on my videos from a month ago, you'll see I've lost about 10 kilos. So I am certainly making sure that that's a priority for me. So all this advice that I'm giving out and these thoughts, I'm trying to take it inwards as well. And it's why I enjoy this YouTube channel so much. Not only do I get to tell this information to you, but I get to hear it again when I'm saying it. So it means it resonates with me even more and I get even more motivated. So guys, hopefully you found this video really interesting. Hopefully it's a little bit inspiring. Find out what you're passionate about, write it down, make it real, go for it. I believe that anybody can become anything they want within reason. Don't be unrealistic. If you're in your 40s and you want to be a professional football player, forget it. Don't be unrealistic, be realistic and go out and achieve your dreams. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys.